Buffalo was able to get, themselves to winning ways coming back from the Olympics. I was so happy for them. I saw the way they were trolling. A lot of the players on the Buffalo Sabres team had good rest during the Winter Olympics, so they are back refreshed and they are so energetic. I like the way they kept the neutral zone tight. They made sure that every space was exploited. The New Jersey team was just outside their entries. They couldn't go in. They couldn't go in on possession. The zones were covered. It looks like Buffalo Sabres is coming on a mission. And I remember when I did the rating for the divisions, I said it that the Buffalo Sabres are surprising me with some wins. They didn't really start well this season, but in the first period, if you look at the Buffalo Sabres and the New Jersey team, they didn't generate a lot of threats, but Buffalo looked like they were a bit more hungry. Going into the second period, Buffalo decided to tilt the eyes. They started going in a different direction. And I liked the way the three guys, combined. McLeod, Krebs, Thompson. I liked their rotation, the way they were doing that triangle. I liked it very well. And that was how the opening goal came, because the pressure was coming, and at some point, the opening goal was going to come. Krebs with a lot of support, Biram, Thompson finding the soft eyes for the finish. And New Jersey struggled a bit in the second period, trying to see how they can come back, but it was very, very difficult for them. Now, going into the third period, the Buffalo team was already on top. They showed more grit. They showed like they wanted it more. So they managed the game a bit better. The Devils were just chasing them all throughout the game. So they shifted it to more of like a possession first kind of game, low risk posture, similar to what the US did when playing against the Canadian team. And one thing I failed to mention, the US team was lucky because they had a goaltender that was on top of his game. The match would have ended like 4 or 5-1, because that approach that the US used, once they scored one goal, they went back to defend. And that's very, very difficult in hockey. And the Canadian team kept pressing, but they just had a good goaltender that had a good game, and he had 44 saves, and that was the difference. He had over 99% in his performance. For the New Jersey Devils, they tried to push a bit, and eventually they were able to, get a goal, and that was how the game ended 2-1. And the Buffalo Sabres were able to get, all the full wins away from home. That was a very, very good one for them. Goaltending was very, very stabilizing. Lukanen tried his best with about 0.964, and that mattered a lot because his style kind of forced the opponent into volume shots that did not have quality. And that's where, goaltending comes in. And I tried to just do some analysis on why I feel the Buffalo team, while they won, they had a lot of discipline around the neutral zones. Now, these are zones in which you call low pressure zones. Very, very, they denied the New Jersey team from rush games. For complete 50 minutes, they make sure that they neutralize those zones with a lot of discipline. They had supportive offensive structure. Looking at the way Krebs and Thompson were, that triangle formation, they did it well, and it was helping them. They created some inside lanes with that triangle formation, and it helped to be able to support the puck. And that's why they were able to avoid a lot of offside situations. I like the defensive pairing, Biram, Darling, and Power, the Samuelson movement. I like it as well. It controlled tempo for the exits for them, and that's how they were able to, squeeze out that win away from the New Jersey Devils. Shout out to them. Hopefully, with the next 23 games, they're able to push it a bit and get out of, because presently, I think they are within the wild card zone. Based on my last analysis, they need to get out of the wild card zone and make it count, for themselves to be able to challenge in the postseason.